Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Serrano. If you're new to the crew, do me a huge favor, big help to the channel by hitting the like button. Subscribe, get notified for more videos just like this. Also hit the bell icon as well. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So we're gonna be talking about the Google Pixel 4a. We're also gonna be, right here, I do have in my hand the POCO X3 NFC. We're gonna be doing a camera comparison. Right, we're gonna be comparing both of these devices, photos, videos, everything like that. We're gonna be taking advantage of everything that these phones do. So we're gonna compare them and see how well these phones do hold up, right? Let's see if the Google Pixel 4a with the single camera on the back, 12 megapixels, can, you know, go up against the much larger, right, 64 megapixels. And now we're just going to be taking a look at this picture right here of, you know, it's like a swamp, like in a pond area, and you could kind of see the colors that we're getting and the details. So you could see, like, they're in the middle of the pond, there is sort of like a wave going on there. And the Google Pixel 4a on the left and on the right, you can see the, you know, the POCO X3 NFC right there. So you could see the details that they're offering, also the colors, right? So you could see that the POCO X3 NFC has some really crazy, you know, those colors are really punchy. They're really accentuated as well. So, and you could kind of see that they do two times, both do 2 times zoom, right? So you can see the colors are different, much lighter on the Pixel 4a. You could also see the foreground, and in the foreground they have similar details. The Google Pixel 4a on the pond has more reflections on the pond, which make it look pretty good. But let's just jump into the next photo and take a look at the next photo real quick. And check that out. So now we're going to be taking a look at, let's take a look at this building right here. And also, I just wanted to throw out there that right here, you can see that we do have that wide angle on the on the POCO X3 NFC, and we don't have that in the Google Pixel 4a. So let's just jump into this picture of a building, and you can see the clouds in the background on the right hand side of the building. On the Google Pixel 4a, the clouds look really realistic. They look really good. On the POCO X3 NFC, they also look really good as well, right? So a lot of detail there. Let's jump into the next photo. Both of these look good. The colors are definitely accentuated and more saturated on the POCO X3. Now this is where we get the 1 times. We were just looking at the 2 times zoom. Now this is the 1 time zoom. And you can see that, you know, the colors are still gonna be more greener, more realistic on the Google Pixel 4a. There's a lot of detail on the building on the Google Pixel 4a, so I just kind of want to throw that out there. There's also a lot of light on the Google Pixel 4a. You could kind of see right there when you look at the building. You get a lot of details on both, so they both do a really good job with details and stuff like that when you zoom in. So I just wanted to kind of compare that. And now let's take a look at this flower, and we're at 2 times zoom, I believe, so we're close up, and you can see the detail there. And then when we go further back, you can see, you know, that's how it would look. You can see the bokeh automatically working on the POCO X3 NFC, so automatically it's tuned to have that bokeh with the multiple lenses on the back. It has that dedicated portrait, right? So it's gonna do that automatically. You can see the Pixel doesn't do it as much, but it still kind of does it. And you know, so that let me show you this picture of the video side by side, and you can see right here that you know, I just wanted to show you the stability of both phones and how they would look when you're walking, you know, side by side and everything like that. So you can see the colors are still very, you know, accentuated on the POCO X3 NFC. You could also see the Google Pixel 4a has a lighter tone to my, I like how it did my face. It's like a little softer on my face. But let's check out this photo right here of this is like a nice plant, right? We're getting a nice plant that we're taking a look at. And you know, you can see both of these did a really good shot. They both have bokeh in the background, right? So just a normal shot, and the colors are really good on both of these. The lighting looks to be a little bit better on the Pixel, but both did a really good job here. And then let's take a look at this image of a flower. It's a red flower, and it has some nice colors to both of these images. You could also see that the reds are really bright on the POCO X3 NFC, whereas they're not as bright on the Google. The Google Pixel 4a is like really bright with those reds. They're like really bright as well. And there's more detail around the flower edges. I don't know if you can see that, but that has more contrast on the Google Pixel 4a with the flower edges. So it just depends. If your personal preference, you can see it's a little blurry when you zoom in on the POCO X3 NFC there. But you know, the reds are more detailed on the Pixel device, so I just kind of wanted to show that. And then this is the same flower, you know, they look the same. More detail obviously on the Pixel right there. For some reason it just had better, you know, better let me put do not disturb on here. It had better, you know, details on the Pixel device. So let's jump into another image, and you can see this. I kind of prefer the colors on the POCO. Just to be honest, it's like much more punchy. Like a pink, the pinks are really punchy, and the purples are just really punchy as well. But you could probably see that the Google Pixel 4a would be a little bit more realistic. To when you look at it realistically, that's probably how it would look. But I just like the colors on the POCO here, and you can see that even the grass has like that neon tone to it. And let's jump into another one. This is one of my favorite examples of how the stabilization is on both of these devices next to each other, right? So you're looking at me walking across, you know, the platform, and you know, you can see on the left side of me there's the water, on the right side there's the nature, and the plants look more appetizing is the word I kind of want to say. Is they look more appealing, they look more attractive on the POCO, but on the Google device you're going to see that it looks more realistic, more true to life, more realistic, more natural is what the Google Pixel is doing, whereas the, you know, the POCO NFC is accentuating and over, you know, they're dramatic, I don't know if that's a word, dramatically expressing the colors in a way. So you can see this is how it would look on the video and everything like that side by side. So I just kind of wanted to compare, you know, how these phones would look when you zoom in and everything like that. You do get a 10 times zoom versus an 8 times zoom. So you get the POCO has like a 10 times zoom, so it gets closer in, I noticed. And it also has a manual mode on the camera as well. So I think both of these did a really good job there. And let's just take a look at these plants, right? So this is like some berries. And let's look at this for a second. On the POCO X3, you can see the lighting is really good. Also, the lighting is good on the Google Pixel 4a. So just, they both really did a good job here. You know, I think this is all based on preference. Obviously, the POCO X3 NFC is a little bit more appetizing. Like I would want to eat those right now. The Google Pixel 4a ones, they look like real. Like those look like how it would really look. So I would want those do look good as well. But you know, you can see the color differences right here. So, and then that was the 2 times zoom. This is the 1 time zoom. And let's just jump into a portrait, and you can see right here, this is how the portrait would look, and both did a good job. They did cut off the wires on my headphones, right? They thought that was part of the background. Both of them did that. So they, you know, the Google Pixel 4a, you can see my skin tone is more brown compared to the POCO. I'm a little bit more lighter tone. So just kind of throw that out there. Also, the black on my hat is darker, it looks like, on the Google Pixel 4a. And the sky is more blue on the Google Pixel 4a versus the NFC, right? So let's just jump into the next photo. And you can see, this is a photo of that piece of beautiful artwork right there. And you can see on the right, that looks like a poster image that you could literally put on a magazine. And the Google Pixel 4a looks incredible with the detail in the background, and also, you know, just really realistic. The water is a little bit blurred out on the, look at the reflection of that man right here in the pond on the Google, right there. That looks really awesome how they did that. And let's check out this image. This was the wide angle, so the Google Pixel 4a doesn't have a wide angle, so I just wanted to throw that out there. But then this is the 1 times and the 2 times right there. That's the 2 times, and this is the 1 times, and just remarkable quality here that we're getting on both. The details look really good on both of these, so I was impressed. I was really impressed with both of the way these cameras. These are my two favorite cameras. Do me a favor, hit the like button if you're enjoying the comparison so far. I truly appreciate you. I greatly appreciate you for supporting us, for supporting the channel. Let's jump into the next photo. Wow, look at the green on there. The greens look absolutely gorgeous on the POCO. That looks like a poster shot. So does the Pixel 4a, right? Look at the detail on there. Obviously the color science is different, like I stated before. Jump into the next photo right here, and you can see, wow, look at the landscapes right here. That's the wide angle on the POCO X3 NFC. We don't get the wide angle on the 4a, so you can see this is how they would look with the 2 times zoom, and that just looks incredible images here. Now this is a slow motion side by side of the waterfall, so you can see how it would look on slow motion. You can also adjust how fast and how slow you want the slow motion to go on the Google Pixel device. So they had that feature where you could definitely manipulate the frames per second and things like that. You could also do that with the POCO. You can mess around with it. And let's just take a look at this shot right here of this 2 times of a Florida palm, it looks like. And then you get that 1 times, and you can see the color differences and the shadows, and the in the sky you can see the color differences and the depth when you look in the sign on the really far distance underneath the tree there. So all the details look really good on both of these. And then this is the 1 times. Obviously this is the 1 times right here that we're looking at. And then obviously we get the wide angle. This is the wide angle that we don't get on the Pixel 4a. And then this is just a shot that I just saw, and I was just really impressed with it. And it was just a really good moment there that I caught, I think. But look at the color differences again. Much more greener and saturated on the POCO device. Much more lighter and natural, more pastel looking on the, you know, like when I say pastel, I mean like they definitely, the white balance is more toned up a notch versus the POCO X3. And then obviously right here you can see this isn't wide angle, but it definitely is the 1 times and the 2 times they're working, but we do get that wide angle on the X3 like I stated before. Now this tree was amazing. You could kind of go underneath it, and it kind of provided shelter. It was kind of crazy. And this is a picture of a bridge right here. So I don't want to go through every single photo that I have on these phones, but you know, we definitely have some really good images here side by side that you know, I wanted to take a look at. Okay, so let's bring that back. Let's bring them back at the same time, actually. There we go. And you can see this is what it would look like when I'm walking side by side. On each of these devices, very sturdy, very steady stabilization on both of these devices. And you can see the colors that they offer right there when I'm turning. Just very steady, very nice and easy, you know, no wobbles. Both of these have electronic image stabilization, so you don't have to worry about keeping the phone stable with a gimbal or a tripod in your hand. You could just walk with it in your hand and they won't bounce. But look at this extraordinary shot, and the colors do look really good on the Google Pixel 4a right here. These colors look absolutely gorgeous. They look good on the POCO X3 too, right? You know, let's take a look at this one. So that was like 2 times and then 1 times. And you know, just remarkable quality images on both of these smartphones. So either one of these phones that you go with, I think you'll be pleased with, you know, with either one. So you can see what I'm talking about right here. You know, that point of view, you can see right there, you get a nice point of view with a little bokeh effect happening on the Pixel 4a right there. And you know, just absolutely gorgeous here, image side by side. You can see right there the wide angle we did get on the X3, right? We got that wide angle right here. And this is it side by side next to the Pixel 4a. And here's that entrance shot right there, so you can see this is how they would look. You know, side by side. More saturation there on the X3. Here's a nice one. A picture of the building. You can see the sky colors are definitely different. The stones on the buildings are definitely a little bit different as well. And here's the portraits now. So I was doing a portrait shot. Right, so that's how it would look on the portraits. Definitely my face is browner on the Google phone, right? More browner, more realistic. My face is a little bit whitewashed out with the POCO. So you can see right here that this is a nice little shot of, you know, you can see the details are retained when you zoom in and things of that nature. You could zoom in and still see the people in the background when you double click and get like some detail there. And this one was a picture. I was just trying to see which one lost the exposure. The Google Pixel 4a kept the exposure there on that particular shot, and this was like the marble pond. This was pretty cool. This was definitely pretty cool. The marbles will shift when the wind blows. And here's a portrait right here, image. You can see these images next to each other, these flowers next to each other, and some more portraits, right? And the color, you can see the color differences right here. The color difference right there, but then right here, let me see. They kind of have a different color science. These are some portraits I was taking. So you could kind of see how it would look when you're taking portraits and things of that nature. And this was one of my favorite things in the park right here. This sculpture, this piece of artwork that they put on there. So let me know which one has better quality in your opinion. I know this was like kind of a long comparison. I'm trying to see where I'm at. We still got like 5 more images to look at. I definitely wanted to show you these last images, but this is like right here, you can see this is where you could get some more detail on the Pixel 4a. It just has more detail there when you zoom in. And right here, wow, it looks beautiful on the POCO device. They did the sky really nicely, how they did the blues. And this was one of my favorite images, right? You can see that plant, the colors that it offered on both devices, how it looks when you compare them side by side, and everything like that. But I'm gonna get right back with you. I'm definitely gonna show up in the comment section and get right back with you. Wow, this tree looks dope. So it's probably one of the Japanese trees that they had in there as well. But I'm gonna check you guys later, and I'm gonna get right back with you and show up in the comment section. But make sure you subscribe and get notified for more videos. Let me know which one of these devices definitely had a better camera lens overall. I'm curious to know which one you thought outperformed the other one. I'm gonna get right back with you. I'm gonna show up in the comment section. I'll check you guys later. I hope you guys are chilling right now. I hope you guys are having a great day. But I appreciate you for watching the whole video. And do me a favor, hit the like button on your way out. I'll get right back with you later. Peace.